Ray says, I'm assuming that Trump has his spies listening to LBC, which means you are a sitting target and can never holiday in America. Yes, correctamundo. I don't want a holiday in America. If I won a holiday in America, I'd ask if there was a cash alternative. That country's dead to me. I wouldn't fly over Ireland to get to America. No way. The epicenter of crazy now. Even Denmark's upset with America now. It takes a heck of a lot to upset Denmark. Denmark has hit back against J.D. Vance's comments that Copenhagen has not done enough for Greenland. But Denmark did it in a Danish manner, so you could hardly tell that they were angry. The U.S. Vice President made his remark on Friday during a trip to the Pituffik space base in northwestern Greenland land, viewed by both Copenhagen and Nuuk as a provocation. Nuuk being the capital of Greenland. That's a guess. Well, I'd never seen the word Nuuk before, and neither had you either. N-U-U-K.
Correct.
I mean, you'd remember that, wouldn't you? Nuuk. Nuuk. Maybe it's Nuuk. Somebody should check on that. We're going to look into that very strongly and with great strength. The, Vance said, our message... He said it's going... Kind of speaks like that. It's just so annoying. I mean, have you ever in your entire life seen somebody who was more annoying than that man there? It looks like somebody has greased up a gopher and then rolled it around on the floor of a barber's. No offence. He said, our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. He said, you have underinvested in the people of Greenland and you have underinvested in the security architecture of this incredible, beautiful landmass. Said a man representing a country that has more mass shootings than any other country in the world. In America, there's a mass shooting every single day. There's a school shooting every week. A country in which the highest cause of child death is guns. America, a country in which people who are sick don't call an ambulance because they can't afford the ambulance, let alone the hospital bills. A country that arrests university professors for writing criticisms of the dear leader. A country in which the president hawks bitcoins with his face on and does infomercials for cars that his top donor sells. I think maybe Guyliner Vance should try getting his own country in order before taking pot shots at another one.
Don't be rude.
And the Danish Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen said on Saturday, we are open to criticisms, but let me be completely honest, we do not appreciate the tone in which it is being delivered, which is what counts for a savage swipe in Denmark. He said, this is not how you speak to your close allies, and I still consider Denmark and the United States to be close allies. No, wrong. No one is close allies with America anymore. I mean, you might like some American people, and you might think that half of Americans don't like what's happening in their name, but it's not America anymore. It's a banana republic called Trumpistan. And it should be treated as an enemy state by everybody, except those countries run by dictators, who are revered by Trump like he's a fanboy. Trump claims that the US needs the vast Arctic island of Greenland for national and international security and refused to rule out the use of force to secure it. By national and international security, he means they got a lot of stuff I want. They got gold and minerals, so great, lots of gold. Things like that, I want them, and they would be very mean if they didn't give them to me. And when a journalist, who's probably in some Venezuelan jail now for daring to ask a pertinent question, asked about the potential use of force, Vance said that the US administration did not think it was ever going to be necessary. You know, kind of like is what the mafia would say if they came around and gazed over your restaurant and said, it's a nice place, it's really a shame if something happened to it.
Absolutely.
He said, Vance said, we think it makes sense, and because we think the people of Greenland are rational and good, we think we're going to be able to cut a deal, Donald Trump style, to ensure the security of this territory and also the United States of America, Vance said. Cut a deal Trump style?
Warning, warning.
The whole country would be out of business within about 6 months. Trump couldn't even cut a deal to make money out of running a casino. If there is a businessman who is not in jail right now, who has a worse record of running businesses than Donald Trump, then I challenge you to name them. He's failed at every business he's ever been in.
I've been successful in every business I've been in.
Greenland, a former Danish colony, semi-autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark, and its foreign and security policies are run by Denmark, not Merca. And Danish and Greenlandic officials, backed by the EU. You know the EU, don't you? Yeah, that's them. Danish and Greenlandic officials backed by the EU have insisted that the US will not obtain Greenland. And because Trump wants it, he'll now use America as a weapon against us, like the big whining orange baby that he is.
I'm a whiner and I keep whining and whining.
And because he doesn't care about anyone but himself, his beautiful self, he's got a tremendous advantage over other countries' leaders who do care about their people. I mean, look at the hundreds of thousands of good people, highly educated people who had good jobs working for America, fired. No reason, other than the world's richest human wants to free up money to give himself a tax cut and rid himself and his businesses from any oversight from the government. Look at the stock market, tanking, people shunning American products, cancelling American holiday plans, all going to hurt ordinary American families. And he does those things anyway because it's good for him. So yes, Trump has an advantage. The advantage is that he's an amoral, vindictive, bottomless well of grievance and misery. And that means that the rest of the free world has to stick together, resist. There's more of us and we're more powerful. We just have to use that power. And when Trump and his Trumpkins tell us that some country wants him to do this or that, resist. Don't accept anything he says to be true. He's a fountain of lies. It's almost like he cannot physically tell the truth about anything. He says Greenlanders want to be a part of the United States. They don't. All of Greenland's political parties are in favour of independence. None of them supports the idea of becoming part of the US, and neither do 85% of Greenlanders. Only 5% who expressed a preference said they would like America to take over their country. 5. The incoming Prime Minister, Jens Frederik Nielsen, called for unity. He said, "It is very important that we put aside our disagreements and differences because only in this way we'll be able to cope with the heavy pressure we are exposed to from outside," he said. And that's not only true of Greenland, but the world. There's a shark swimming around us. Now, we can let it pick us off one by one, or we can stick together, thrash around, make a noise, and drive it back out to sea. Who's with me?